You're sitting across from her. Same table. Same couch. Same bed. But it feels like she's not here anymore. She's scrolling on her phone with that quiet, polite face. And you can't tell if she's tired, annoyed, or already halfway out the door. You say something normal, something safe, and she nods like a coworker. And in your chest, it drops. Because you felt this before. Why is she so distant? Did I do something? Am I losing her? Or worse, did she already leave emotionally? Am I the problem? Here's the truth nobody tells you. Women don't usually lose respect because you're not perfect. They lose it when your patterns quietly teach her she isn't safe with you. And bro, if you're hearing this and your stomach is tightening, good. Not because you're failing at love, but because you care enough to look beneath the surface. You're not broken. You're not too late. And this is not a sign you chose the wrong person. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact 9 habits that slowly drain respect in a relationship, and what to do instead so connection, safety, and presence start coming back fast. Let's get into it. Most couples believe respect is something you earn with big gestures. Promotions, flowers, dates, being the provider. But the real truth is respect lives in the nervous system, not the highlight reel. Your partner's nervous system is reading you before her mind can catch up. It's scanning for patterns, consistency, safety, repair, emotional availability. Because when safety leaves a relationship, love doesn't disappear. It goes underground. It turns into distance, sarcasm, withdrawal, and that feeling of walking on eggshells without knowing why. And here's what nobody explains. The habits that make her lose respect often don't look bad on the outside. They look normal. They look like stress. They look like that's just how men are. But beneath the surface, they trigger a cycle. You pull away or get defensive. She feels alone and starts protesting. You feel criticized and shut down more. And now you're in the anxious avoidant loop. 2 people who both want connection, but whose nervous systems have stopped trusting the process. So as we go through these 9 habits, don't hear an attack, hear a map. Because this isn't a communication hack. This is what 2 emotionally mature people naturally do when they want love to feel real again. Here's the part no one talks about. Most couples don't break from betrayal. They break from delayed repair. Most people in relationships keep making small promises they genuinely mean later. I'll plan something soon. I'll be more present. I'll handle it this weekend. And weeks pass. The deeper truth is this: consistency is respect's oxygen. And when your pattern is delay, her nervous system starts translating your love as unreliable, even if your intentions are good. Because she's not just hearing the words, she's tracking the follow-through. And slowly, something in her starts whispering, I can't trust his timelines. I have to carry this myself. You say, relax, I said I'll do it. She says, you always say that. You say, why are you making it a thing? Or you say, you're right, I've been slow. I'm doing it today at 6, and I'll show you when it's done. And her brain quietly registers, he's solid. I don't have to chase. And when you do that, the walls between you start to come down without either of you having to say a word. And this is the one most couples never figure out. Most people think being logical during conflict makes them the mature one. But the real truth is defensiveness kills intimacy faster than yelling. Most couples argue like they're in court. You present evidence, you correct details, you focus on being right. But beneath the surface, she feels alone in the moment that matters. Because her nervous system isn't asking, is he accurate? It's asking, is he with me? Not louder conversations, not better arguments, not perfect wording, but two people who actually feel safe enough to be honest with each other for the first time in years. She says, when you said that, it really hurt. You say, that's not what I meant and you're taking it wrong. Or she says, when you said that, it really hurt. And you say, I can see that. I'm here. Tell me what landed for you. Then something in her is saying, he's not fighting me. He's finding me. That's the shift that turns a relationship that feels like a negotiation into one that feels like a refuge. This is where it gets really interesting. Most couples think being there counts. But presence isn't proximity. Most people in relationships live side by side. Same home, same bed, same schedule. But their attention is always elsewhere. The deeper truth is emotional intimacy is built in 30-second moments. It's built when you look up, when you turn toward, when you notice her bid for connection and meet it with warmth instead of autopilot. Emotional distance isn't like a wall. It's like scar tissue, formed slowly over 100 small moments that never got repaired. She says, you wouldn't believe what happened today. You say, with your eyes still on the screen. Or she says, you wouldn't believe what happened today. And you put your phone down and say, I'm here. Start from the beginning. And her brain is quietly registering, he actually heard me this time. And when you do that, she stops feeling like she's competing with your life and starts feeling like she's part of it. And here's what changes everything. Here's what changes everything. Most couples use humor to survive stress. But sarcasm is just aggression wearing a smile. Most people in relationships tease when they're annoyed. They joke about her sensitivity. They make little comments in front of friends. They play it off like nothing. The deeper truth is respect collapses when dignity isn't protected. Because her nervous system hears, he will expose me when it benefits him. And once she feels emotionally unsafe, she becomes withdrawn. Not dramatic, not needy, just done. You say, careful guys, she's gonna cry. She smiles, but her eyes go colder. Or later, you say, I made a joke earlier. I can see it didn't feel good. I'm sorry. I've got you. And what moves through her is, he protects us, not his ego. And when you protect her dignity, connection stops feeling risky and starts feeling natural again. Man, stay with me here. Most couples don't see this one, because it starts practically. Most people in relationships slowly hand over their adult life management. Reminders, appointments, planning, emotional regulation. She becomes the manager, and you become the project. The deeper truth is attraction and respect struggle to breathe in parent-child dynamics. Because she doesn't feel chosen, she feels responsible. And responsibility doesn't create longing, it creates resentment. Not more romance, not more sex tips, not more date nights, but a man who carries his own life. She says, "Did you pay the bill?" You say, "I forgot. Why didn't you remind me?" Or she says, "Did you pay the bill?" And you say, "Yes, and I said autopay so you never have to track it again." And her nervous system exhales, "I can relax with him." And when she can relax, she starts turning toward you again, without you having to beg for it. And here's the part nobody explains. Most couples think avoiding conflict is maturity, but avoidance is just fear with good branding. Most people in relationships shut down when emotions rise. You go quiet. You disappear into work, games, sleep, gym. You tell yourself you're cooling off. The deeper truth is, stonewalling isn't calm. It's overwhelm. Your nervous system in conflict is like a smoke detector. It cannot tell the difference between your partner's intensity and actual danger, so it sounds the alarm regardless. But to her nervous system, your silence feels like abandonment. And the unspoken message becomes, if I bring up real things, I lose him. She says, "Can we talk about last night?" You say, "Not doing this," and walk away. Or she says, "Can we talk about last night?" And you say, "Yes, I'm flooded. Give me 20 minutes and I'm coming back. I'm not leaving you." And her brain quietly registers, he repairs, he returns. And when you become someone who returns, she stops panicking and starts trusting. This is the one that quietly destroys respect, because it looks like effort, but it feels like manipulation. Most couples confuse words with repair. You say sorry, you mean it, and then the same pattern repeats. The deeper truth is, an apology without a new pattern is just a pause button. And over time, she stops hearing sorry as remorse. She hears it as, I want the consequences to end. Her internal monologue becomes, he knows it hurts me, and he still does it. Not because you're evil, because you're unexamined. You say, I said I'm sorry, okay? She says, you always say that. Or you say, I'm sorry, and here's what I'm changing. When I feel stressed, I'm going to tell you instead of snapping. And her nervous system hears, he's becoming. And that's when respect comes back. Because she can feel the difference before you even explain it. Here's the part most couples never admit. Most people are kind after damage, not before it. Most couples wait until she's crying, threaten to leave, or finally goes cold. Then you become emotionally available. Then you listen. Then you hold her. The deeper truth is intermittent emotional availability creates insecurity. It's like giving water only when the plant is dying. Eventually, the plant stops trusting the care. Not bigger promises, not grand speeches, not I'll do better, but steady, boring, daily presence. She says, I've been feeling alone. You say, why didn't you say something sooner? Or she says, I've been feeling alone. And you say, thank you for saying it. I don't want you to carry that. I'm going to check in with you every day this week. No phone, just us. And her mind whispers, I don't have to break to be held. And when she doesn't have to break to be loved, she starts feeling safe enough to soften again. This is where it gets raw. Most men think control equals strength, but control is just fear trying to manage uncertainty. Most people in relationships try to win the relationship into stability. You demand respect. You set rules during arguments. You make her feelings the enemy. The deeper truth is, real leadership in love is nervous system steadiness. It's being grounded when things are messy. It's holding space without shrinking her. Because when she feels you can handle reality, she stops testing and starts trusting. And listen. Respect isn't forced. It's invited. You say, "You're not going out dressed like that." And she feels controlled, so she gets distant fast. Or you say, "I'm noticing I feel insecure right now. I don't like that feeling. Can you reassure me?" And her nervous system hears, he's honest, not controlling. And what's moving through her is, I forgot how good it feels to be chosen. And when you trade control for courage, the relationship stops feeling like a power struggle and starts feeling like a partnership. So here's what I want you to take with you. This isn't a checklist. It's an invitation to show up differently. And that changes everything about what's possible between you and the person you chose. When you internalize this, you stop reacting and start responding. And your partner will feel the difference before you've even said a word. These aren't tips for a better relationship. They're the beginning of becoming the kind of partner you always wanted someone to be for you. Real intimacy doesn't start when you find the right person. It starts when you decide to become one.